Fox 61 News at 6 starts now.
Tonight, officials in Manchester are making changes to their security protocols after a student was accused of bringing a gun and drugs to Manchester High School last week. Thank you so much for joining us for the Fox 61 News at 6. I'm Annette Montgomery. School officials say they plan to roll out changes for student safety over the next few weeks and months. Fox 61's Tim Latoe joins us live with exactly what these changes are after even more frightening incidents inside the school.
Yeah, now it's been an unsettling couple of weeks here. Yesterday, a student pepper sprayed another after an argument, and this comes a week after a student was arrested for bringing a loaded handgun to school in their backpack. Now, Manchester Public School Superintendent Matthew Geary announced a slate of security changes that'll be rolled out over the next several weeks. Starting Monday, February 23rd, the main entrance will be restricted to students, staff, and visitors. Parents need to pick up their child will have to wait outside the building. There will be limited bathrooms in use, and each bathroom will be staffed with an adult outside. Bathroom use will require a pass and sign-in. Within the next 8 weeks, a secure waiting area will be constructed in the vestibule to create a separate space for visitor check-in. Vape detectors will be installed in all bathrooms, and an internal emergency communication system with lights and signs will be installed. All these changes have been met with mixed reactions from students. Some feel this is too much change all at once, while others say the last couple of weeks have been unnerving, and they say something needed to be done.
My guard has been up a lot lately, and to know that someone got pepper sprayed, it makes me kind of want to keep to myself more. And
I just feel like it's just too much and it's very overwhelming, and how everything's changing. I feel like it's too fast for me personally because I'm not used to this.
And I spoke with a staff member off camera who tells me the majority of staff are supportive of the changes. They want to see the safety of students improved while balancing everything that's put in place. They say it still needs to feel like school, not like an airport or a prison. And coming up at 7 on Fox 61 Plus, metal detectors are not on the current plan, but should they be? Students give their thoughts on that. For now, Tim Latoe, live in Manchester.
Thank you so much, Tim. We'll take a look. We have a live update now at 6:03 to a story we first told you about last hour. As you can see here, I-91 North in Meriden is back open. You may remember we told you between exits 18 and 20, the road was closed down to one lane after a car crashed and turned over. Right now, we are still working to learn more details about that crash.
We will hunt you down. We will relentlessly pursue you until you are brought to justice.
And police have announced 3 arrests in the murder of an 18-year-old in Hampton last month. That shooting was just one of 3 in the town over the course of 5 days. Fox 61's Alicia Hercules is in Hampton with the new details on the investigation.
Police say 3 juveniles were charged with felony murder and first-degree attempted robbery in connection to the murder of 18-year-old Kevon Washington.
We are here because 3 perpetrators who committed the most heinous offense were brought to justice.
On January 17th, police were called to the area of Mix Avenue for a gunshot victim. When they arrived, officers found Kevon Washington unresponsive inside of a car. He was taken to a hospital where he later died. Detective Haley Zarzuela with the Hampton Police Department says Washington came to the area to sell his car.
During that meeting, 3 suspects attempted to commit a robbery. That encounter escalated, and Mr. Washington Archibald was shot and killed.
Police say 1 suspect entered the car and shot Washington. The remaining suspects also shot at the car before running away. Their investigation led them to the 3 juveniles.
Arrest warrants were subsequently issued, and 3 suspects were arrested for multiple charges, including felony murder, attempted robbery in the first degree, and criminal possession of a firearm.
Hampton Police Chief Edward Page Reynolds says the ages of the 3 arrested is disappointing, but not surprising.
Unfortunately, this is not just a problem locally, but this is a nationwide problem. And we have to engage our young people.
Despite challenges, he says the police department is working to combat this juvenile violence.
We're doing other things to engage our young people in a positive way. and hopefully those that might be going the wrong direction, steer them in the right direction.
Pastor John Lewis says the key to ending juvenile violence is to also work with parents.
They must be involved with the process because that child's going back to that guardian or that parent.
He says ending violence amongst the youth must be a community effort.
Every child, every mother, every parent, every father, every grandparent, we're the ones that will make the difference working together.
Washington's family was also at the press conference, but family members say they weren't ready to speak. Because the investigation is still active, police say they'll release more details surrounding the murder at a later date. In Hampton, Alicia Hercules, Fox 61.
Thank you so much, Alicia. Earlier today, Southington police arrested a suspect in connection with the death of a man back in August of 2021. Police say Zachary Apt tried to kidnap and then murder Jason Combs from Massachusetts. He was found in a car off Durkee Road in Somers. Apt is now the second person arrested in this case. We're working to learn more about the other person arrested. At this time, Apt's arrest warrant is sealed, and he's being held on a $2.5 million bond, and he's due in court on Tuesday. Well, good news. The weekend is finally here, and the weather is something we can all look forward to. So let's toss right on over to meteorologist Sam Sampiri with the first check of the forecast. Sam.
Okay, Annette, well, your Valentine's Day forecast is going to be just fine. We're calling for a mild day. Temperatures actually getting above 40, and it will have a mix of sun and clouds. So not bad. And a nice evening, too. Just bundle up because temperatures do drop off. We still have snow covers, so you have highs in the 40s, but lows back in the teens and lower 20s. Right now, we are in the 20s and 30s across the region. This is where we're supposed to be. This is more your normal winter as opposed to our bitter cold winter we've been experiencing all the way basically this whole season. And we have a little bit of wind. Not worried about the wind. Just a little front up here. We could have a stray flurry or even a little snow shower in the western hills. Not even showing anything, calling for a partly cloudy, mostly cloudy sky. The temperature is averaging into upper 30s to lower 40s. Coming up, yes, I will detail the weekend. We'll talk about a storm that's going to get quite close around here. Most of the precipitation should stay away. And what about next week? How warm will it get? Details coming up in a few minutes. Annette?
Thank you, Sam. This afternoon, we confirmed with Cigna that they plan to reduce their global workforce by 2,000 roles by the end of this month. People who we spoke with didn't specify which roles will be impacted, but a spokesperson with the Cigna group says, quote, as we drive greater efficiency across our business, we have made the difficult decision to reduce roles in our workforce. We expect that Connecticut-based roles will be a very small percentage of those impacted, end quote. The city of New Haven's recent soft launch of its school bus camera program has already produced staggering numbers in just its first 2 weeks. That program aims to increase student safety, forcing drivers to pay up if they don't stop while kids are loading and unloading from the bus. Fox 61's Aaron Coogan breaks down the new numbers.
Well, school's out here in New Haven, and we're talking about these new cameras installed along the side of the school buses here. And in the first 2 weeks of this pilot program being launched, nearly 1,000 warnings have been issued. Yes, you heard me right. 945 traffic violations have been captured on these little school bus cams since the city's launch of its newest student safety initiative in late January.
And they'll catch more, too. They'll catch more.
I believe you. I believe there's more than that. People don't respect traffic laws in New Haven.
That's with only about 30% of the fleet being outfitted with the cameras.
This is while we're installing the cameras, so it's not like all the buses had the cameras, so the number's even higher than that.
All 330 New Haven school buses are slated to be equipped with the new technology come the turn of the month. New Haven Mayor Justin Elliker says so far, violations have resulted in more than 500 warnings being sent out to drivers who failed to comply with Connecticut state law and come to a complete stop when a bus has its stop arm outstretched and its lights flashing. Come March 1st, though, he says those warnings will be replaced by actual tickets, forcing violators to cough up $250. Now think about this. If violations up to this point had been ticketed, we'd be looking at about $236,000 headed toward the city. And it's money Mayor Elliker says is going right back to fund the program.
So the company fronts the money to install the cameras, and then over time we pay the company back for the funds. And so the program is designed to be revenue neutral. We don't want to be collecting a bunch of money for profit from this. The goal is to keep people following the law.
New Haven parents praising what they say will bring accountability to drivers who don't follow the law and put vulnerable young people at risk.
Little ones, they don't know, they're thinking they're safe. Once that sign goes out, stop, that's the signal right there. But then, we have those people that are so much in a rush that they go right through it.
For Walter Vega, the issue of improving New Haven traffic is personal. While not in a school bus related accident, he says it was just this past fall that his wife and 7-year-old son were killed in a crash in the city. He says if this prevents one other family from having to go through what he's going through, it will all be worth it.
Every day I wake up and I miss my kid. As a parent, I believe that everybody should agree on that because that's for the safety of the kids. That's all it is for. It's not for nothing else, just for the safety of the kids.
And again, with the program still being in the introductory phase, drivers that aren't found in compliance on the cameras are now just being issued a warning. But come March, you're going to see a fine in the mail. In New Haven, Aaron Coogan, Fox 61.
Thank you so much, Aaron. Fire officials are now looking into what caused this house fire in Bloomfield. It happened just before 2 this morning on East Harold Street. The Bloomfield Fire Department said they were able to get that fire under control quickly and left the scene around 4 a.m. Right now, no injuries have been reported. And a fire forced 2 adults and a teenager out of their Naugatuck home today. Right now, the American Red Cross is finding another place for them to stay. Firefighters were called to Tudor Lane. That fire was contained to 1 bedroom because officials say the homeowner kept the door closed. Right now, the cause of the fire is under investigation. A woman is recovering from minor injuries after she was hit by a car in Hartford yesterday. Officials say it happened around 4:30 in the afternoon at the intersection of Park and Washington Street. Firefighters tell us that driver stayed on scene. It's unclear if they will be charged at this time, as police are still investigating.